Natalie here with Nat's Knots. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this tutorial so I can keep making more tutorials for you. Now let's get started on making this arrow skirt. Start with any sized yarn and any sized hook that you would like. I'm using a bigger hook so you can see what I'm doing better. And start with a chain that's going to be long enough to fit around your waist. And the number just has to be divisible by 5. And then once you get the number of chains that you need for your waist, add another 20 chains. And then chain 3 once you're done with that. And that chain 3 is going to count as a stitch throughout. And we'll double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. And double crochet along the rest of the chain. And once you get to the end, doing my last double crochet here, and then we're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 that we had made. Just make sure that it's not twisted. So slip stitch and stitch the 2 ends together with the tapestry needle. And then we'll chain 3. And then we're going to do a front post treble crochet. So yarn over twice, insert around the 3rd post, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to do 3 regular double crochets. So you got to look behind that treble crochet. So into the next stitch, double crochet. Another double crochet. And then 1 more double crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to work around that same post. So we'll do another front post, yarn over twice, insert around that same post that we worked around with that original treble crochet, and yarn over, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Should have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. We should have 2 loops on our hook. Instead of completing the treble crochet, we're going to yarn over and then insert into the next stitch. And then yarn over, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. And then yarn over, pull through all 3. So we made an arrow, and we're going to do that again, but it's going to be a little bit different because we're not using a chain as a stitch this time. And the next arrow we make, the rest of the row is going to be like that one. So the first one is the only different one because we're using that chain as a stitch. Prepare for a double crochet, yarn over, insert into the next available stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2 instead of completing that double crochet. So we should have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again, yarn over one more time. So yarn over twice. Count 5 posts over from the last post we worked around. We're going to insert around. So we're going to do another front post. And then yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Should have 3 loops on our hook, and yarn over, pull through all 3. So it's similar to a treble crochet, but we're combining it with the stitch or first stitch we made of this arrow. And then we'll do 3 regular double crochets. So working behind that front post that we made. 2 double crochet and 3 double crochet. And then we're going to prepare for a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, and then we're going to work around that same front post that we worked around. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Should have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, insert into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're going to do that same exact thing. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing the double crochet, we're going to yarn over twice, count 5 posts over from the last post we worked around. We're going to insert around that, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then 3 regular double crochets into the next 3 stitches. And then prepare for a treble front post. So yarn over twice, insert around that same post that we worked around before, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing it, we're going to yarn over again, insert into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through all 3. And I've worked all the way along this row. I have one more to do, one more arrow to make. And then we'll slip stitch into the top of the chain from the beginning, and then chain 3, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So remember, the first arrow of the row is a bit different than the rest, only because we're counting that chain as a stitch. So front post treble, so yarn over twice, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And this time we're going to insert around the middle post. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then 3 regular double crochets into the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to work around that same post. We're going to do a front post. So prepare for a treble by yarning over twice, then around that post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did on the last row. So prepare for a double crochet by yarning over and inserting. Yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing, yarn over twice, insert around that middle post. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then 3 regular double crochets into the next 3 stitches. And then prepare for a treble by yarning over twice, insert around that same post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing, yarn over and insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. And do that for the rest of the row. And just keep doing that for as many rows as you would like, however long you want the skirt to be. All right, I've done all the rows that I would like to do. And I just have one more arrow to make. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain from the beginning of the row. Now we're going to make the frills at the bottom of the skirt. Start by single crocheting into that same stitch that we just slip stitched into, and then chain 1, and then double crochet into the next stitch, and then chain 4, and then slip stitch into the third chain from the hook. And then we'll chain 1 and double crochet into that same stitch that we worked our last double crochet into, and then chain 1 and then single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to do the same thing. Chain 1 into the next stitch. We're going to double crochet and then chain 4, then slip stitch into the third chain from our hook, and then chain 1, and then double crochet into that same stitch that our last double crochet was worked into, and then chain 1, and then single crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back. I'm doing my last single crochet here. And then we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made at the very beginning of the row. So slip stitch. And we'll fasten off. And now we're going to work on the other edge. So our frills are done. And starting on the other edge, insert your yarn anywhere along this edge. I'm doing mine close to my seam, so where the back is going to be. And I'm chaining 3, and we're going to do 2 double crochets together. We're going to do that all the way around. So start by yarning over and inserting into the next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing the double crochet, I'm going to yarn over and insert into the next stitch, then yarn over, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on our hook now, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we're going to do that same thing all the way around. We'll do it again. So yarn over, insert into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of completing the double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert into the next available stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. All right, we're at the end here. And if you have 2 stitches to work, if you have 2 stitches left to work into, do the same thing, do 2 double crochets together. If you only have 1 stitch left to work into at the end, just do a double crochet. And so that's what I'm doing here, because I only have 1 stitch left. And then slip stitch into the top of the chain at the beginning of the row. And then chain 3. And now we're going to do front and back post double crochets. But we're going to work around that whole chunk so that work around the 2 double crochet together stitch. So that's front post, and again we'll work around that whole chunk. So it looks like 2, but you made it into 1 stitch. So double crochet, that was a back post, another front post around the whole thing, another back post around that whole thing, and then another front post. So front post, back post, front post, back post, double crochets all the way around. And we'll slip stitch into the chain once we get to the end. And chain 3, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to do front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet all the way around. And do as many front and back post double crochet rows as you would like to make your waistband as thick as you want it. Just keep in mind, the more rows you do, the tighter it's gonna get, which might be good if you need your skirt a bit tighter, but not to worry if it's still not tight enough, because we're gonna make a cord to be a tie around the waist. And I've done all the rows that I would like to do, and I'm gonna slip stitch to the top of that chain and then fasten off. And now we're going to make our cord. Make a slip knot. And start by chaining 2. And then single crochet into that first chain. Then chain 1 and turn, and then into that single crochet we made, we're gonna single crochet, and then chain 1 and turn, single crochet into that single crochet, and then chain 1 and turn, single crochet into that single crochet, chain 1 and turn. And we're gonna do that for as long as we need to make our cord as long as we want it. Just make sure it's long enough to not only wrap around your waist, but also enough to tie it in the front. And we're gonna weave in our ends, everyone's least favorite thing to do. I know it's my least favorite thing to do. I try to weave my ends in as I go when possible, but it's not always possible. And I'm speeding it up because it's real boring stuff, but kind of satisfying in a way. All right, we've weaved in our ends. And now we're going to weave our cord through the waistband. So insert the end of your cord to your needle and find where you want the front of your waist to be. And just insert it behind the front posts and in front of the back posts. and do that all the way around. I'm doing it a few at a time and then pulling through. All right, I'm back to the front and just evening out the ends of the cord here. And making a tie. Make a little bow, tighten it up, and that's that. We are done. Like and subscribe if you like this video, which will help me know what you guys like to watch and what kind of tutorials you like. And in the long run, it will help me to continue to make tutorials for you. See you in the next one.